right, last but not least, we have the ACC, which is a conference that I think is terribly mediocre. I don't see any of these teams really making big noise in the playoffs because the best team in the conference still doesn't go out and do anything in the transfer portal. Let's start with number 5, or let's actually start with the team just off the list. I wasn't going to get through this without talking about Syracuse. I didn't put them in the top 5 because I don't know really what they are with Kyle McCord. I mean, this doesn't have to be his last year. This could be his kind of Joe Burrow type year where he transfers from Ohio State, plays all right, they go 7-5, 8-4, and then the following years where he breaks out and everyone's like, wow, I can't believe Ohio State let go of this guy. Now, yes, it is 2024, and I did just compare Kyle McCord to Joe Burrow, but Kyle McCord was a 5-star quarterback. He wasn't terribly mobile, and it felt like he didn't get the chance he deserved at Ohio State. Now, actually, the teams on this list, starting out with number 5, is Virginia Tech. This is a popular people's pick to be a dark horse. We will see. Kyron Drones is the only really name that I think I've heard of. He was a transfer from Baylor, and he's going to be the quarterback under center. The roster is a lot of unknown players and transfers for me to get behind, which is why I'm really not buying into Virginia Tech, and you can easily convince me to flip-flop Virginia Tech and Syracuse this year. Now, at number 4, I've got Louisville. I actually really like this team a lot more than the one above them. They were a solid team towards the end of the last year, and they even made the ACC championship. Louisville brought in one of the best transfer class, I think literally the best transfer class in the year, which included a starting quarterback, starting running back, and a starting wide receiver. That would be Tyler Show from Oregon and Texas Tech, Ja'Cory Brooks, the wide receiver from Alabama, and Donald Chaney, the running back from Miami. I really like Louisville. I like their coach. It's a guy from Purdue. I think it's Jeff Brom is his name, and guy just wins a lot. I mean, he was okay at Purdue, but then he gets a chance to coach at Louisville, and he's A-okay. So on to number 3, I'm trying to blaze through this because I don't think that the ACC is really worth giving 5-10 minutes to, and that's Miami. Hey, maybe the ACC will prove me wrong. I'm not buying the hype with Miami. I see a lot of people taking them as a dark horse playoff team as well. The conference is weak, but my buddy Phil, if I didn't put them at number 3 or higher, then he'd probably be mad at me. Sorry, Phil. I know I haven't played College Football 25 with you yet. I'll get there. Again, bad conference. Cam Ward chose Miami over Ohio State, so we'll see how that works. Am I salty? We'll see how Will Howard plays. I think anybody could be fine at Ohio State. And so we'll see if that NFL quarterback is able to be good. Now, that being said, the top 2 teams are as expected. Florida State, they got their quarterback from the transfer portal. DJU from Oregon State. Lots of transfers. Meanwhile, number 1 got no transfers. We'll talk about that. Running back Roydale Williams should start. He is a sick name. Love the sick names. I think Roydale Williams transferred from Alabama as well. Could be wrong about that. Check me if I'm wrong. Florida State, really the same thing as last year. I was talking to my buddy I work with, and he told me last week, upset of the year, week 1 in London, I think the game is, or Germany, I don't even know where they're playing, is Georgia Tech to beat Florida State. So we'll see if that's what happens. I don't know. We'll see about that. You might be right about that. Florida State loses a lot of talent with Jordan Travis leaving, with the 2-star wide receivers leaving. Okay, I was correct. Both their star receivers are gone. I knew Keon Coleman was gone, but I can't remember who the other receiver was, but he's not there anymore either. One thing I did notice, they have 2 of their wide receivers who are like wide receiver 5 and 6, named Jalen Brown, and then the other one named Elijah Moore. That was kind of funny to me. Anywho, back on Florida State, I think they lost a lot of talent, which is why they'll take a step back. I didn't buy the hype with Florida State last year, and I was wrong. They should have made the playoffs, but with Jordan Travis injured, they would have lost anyway. Now, number 1 is Clemson. I don't know why I'm up here talking about Clemson. Their defense is going to be great. We know that. Their offense is going to be fine. Cade Klubnik was supposed to take a step up last year. He really didn't. I don't know. Klubnik leading the charge. We'll see. I didn't even look at the roster. I already know what I'm getting with Clemson, and that is no transfers. Until Dabo Swinney adjusts to the new transfer portal, then I can't come out here and talk about them as a championship contender. Now, obviously, he has championship pedigree, but that does not mean that they're a championship contender. Dabo's not on any hot seat. He probably can eat at whatever restaurant he wants for free. I still think they're the best team in the ACC, despite Dabo not doing anything in the transfer portal. Now, that being said, that's the top 5 teams for the ACC. I don't really know how I feel about the ACC. You let me know down below. Like I said, Syracuse just misses the cut. I didn't talk about either of the Carolinas, so maybe I messed up there. But with that being said, make sure you comment because I will 100% comment back. I love talking college football, so please go down there and give me an excuse to talk sports with sports fans. But with that being said, the most important thing on this channel is to have a great day, and peace.